Hey guys, I just finished creating this awesome cold calling automation that basically allows our cold callers, or you if you're cold calling, to always keep on dialing so that you never have to worry about the data side, about adding them to a CRM, about doing basically any other task than dialing. You won't have to worry about because it's doing it automatically. So this automation looks like this. So pretty long, not straightforward, so I'll go through how exactly it works. But the basic overview of how this works is you have this sheet, right? This is the master sheet, so you're going to have 13 contacts here. I don't know why 13, I just chose that. And here you'll have the script. Mine is just under here, but I didn't necessarily want to share it. So here you'll have 13 contacts, which you will dial and you'll add notes to. Then once you have called all of them, so here you would have all of them ticked, then you have this column which is all called, and when I click this, it'll sort of refill our contacts. So it'll first add them all to a CRM, so it'll add them here. I already tested it, so I'll just remove them just to show you guys on a test run. But basically it'll remove these, add them to the CRM, then using our calling database, so here where we have hundreds or thousands of mobile numbers and contacts, then it'll add them, add the 13 ones that haven't been called before to this sheet. And so that just makes it so much easier for the dialer to just plug and play and just call. So I'll just show you exactly how a sample. I'll just make sure we go. I'll just run it and show you guys how that works. So going into the automation, we're basically looking, so calling, first of all, we're finding if the to add automatically is true. So if this is true, right? Here, as you can see, we not yet, but it'll add them to the CRM. So then we're looking up the sheet. Then we're adding them to the CRM. I'm not going to go, like, I can just go in detail on exactly how that works, but it's pretty obvious. Then this is sort of the hard part. You have to get your call DB, so basically get your database. And then you're going to have to compare data sets and use the phone numbers as the difference, because we don't want to recontact people we've already called. If it's in A only, which A is the database, so if it's not in our sheet, in our CRM, then we limit this to 13, because I just chose 13. You can put this to 20, 100, just like you want. Loop over them, recall the sheet because we're going to need all the elements, then find if if they're all called. So we're going to basically find the 13 lines here just to put it into context, and now it's already refilling, right? So as you can see, it's I'm just taking a break from explaining how the workflow goes, but it's just adding contacts, and it added the ones we already called to the CRM. But basically it's finding the ticked ones, and once they find the ticked, then they replace it with a new one, and as you can see, it'll stop here, and boom, we have them. We have all of them finished. And so the way it does this is through this if scenario, where it basically searches for a ticked one, and if it finds one, which at the start it'll find like 13, right, because they're all ticked, but the longer we go, the smaller that number will get. But anyway, we don't really care because we're limiting the max number. So if it returns 13 rows, we don't really care. We're only taking the first row it returned. So this can obviously be the third row, or this can be the 10th row. Who cares? It's just the first one that the if statement returns. Then we add a wait just because we need to not get errors and like with the requests and everything. And then we simply add them back to the call sheet. And for that, a clever trick is using the row number. So this will just pick and choose which row to add this to, and then you just add whatever needs adding. And so this is sort of the breakdown on exactly how this works. And as you can see, this is pretty cool. I can untick this because they're not all called. I can do whatever I want, add notes, blah, blah, blah. and use my script when dialing all of them. So I hope this is useful, and I hope this sort of gives you an overview of something you can automate through cold calling, because I know a lot of people are wary about, not wary, but they feel like cold calling, there's no possible automations here. But as you can see, this sort of solves 80% of the cold calling workflow. All you have to do now is just call, which is, you know, what you want your cold caller to do. So I hope this is useful. If you guys find any value in this, please leave a thumbs up or a comment, or even just comment what you would automate here or what you would add. I'd be, of course, interested. And that being said, if you also want this workflow, I can share it with you guys, but you have to sort of on 2 conditions, which will be liking, commenting, and also the third one, which will be you have to add me as a connection, because I can't send you a message if not. That being said, thank you guys for listening, and I hope you have a great day.